Sinclair and Nexstar, two of the largest affiliated groups in the country, flexed their muscles by announcing that they would not carry Jimmy Kimmel Live across their networks of local ABC stations. On paper, that sounded like a devastating blow. Hundreds of stations dropped Kimmel. In practice, though, the math never added up. When it comes to television, not all stations are created equal. Disney, ABC, doesn't just own some stations, it owns the crown jewels of the broadcast universe. Number one, New York, WABC. Number two, Los Angeles, KABC. Number three, Chicago. 6 of those top 10 markets are ABC owned outright by Disney. ABC Studios in New York City is their largest market. So let's get the Joe from Iowa versus Lisa from New York City. Joe lives in small town Iowa. He watches his local ABC affiliate, which runs ads for farm supply stores and a local supermarket. Those ads cost a few $1,000s maybe. Lisa lives in New York City. She watches Kimmel on ABC, which is Channel 7, which Disney owns directly. When Lisa, me, tunes in, advertisers like Apple, Coca-Cola, Toyota, Lexus pay millions for a 30-second spot because they want to reach me and my neighbors in the top tier market. Even if every Joe in Iowa watched Kimmel religiously, their collective ad value wouldn't come close to Lisa, single metro market. One big city buy beats out dozens of small town spots. That's the reality Disney cares about. Why Sinclair's bark was bigger than its bite. Sinclair and Nexstar's strength comes from owning many affiliates in mid-size and rural markets. They can generate scary headlines, 200 stations pull Kimmel, but those numbers disguise the reality. For a moment, Sinclair felt powerful. They issued demands. We want apologies, we want donations, we want formal accountability, blah, 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 blah. Go kick rocks. In broadcast terms, Sinclair was trying to sneak into the dining room with the big boys, but ABC eventually told them to head back to the little table at Thanksgiving. Why Disney reversed course? After a week of protests, subscription cancellations, and political pressure in cities where Disney actually owns their station, the cost of keeping Kimmel off the air was far higher than the risk of upsetting a few affiliates in corn-fed America. The backlash wasn't in Iowa or Alabama, it was in Burbank, San Francisco, and New York City. These are the places Disney lives and dies by, both financially and culturally. And let's be real, Joe in Iowa wasn't part of the Kimmel demographic anyway. But the reality is just as clear. Neither Sinclair nor Nexstar controlled those stations. The illusion of control. So in the end, Sinclair and Nexstar had a week in the spotlight. They barked loudly, but the economics were never on their side. They don't control the market advertisers crave. They don't own the cities where cultural influence is shaped. And when they started making real demands, ABC reminded them who actually calls the shots. Sinclair wanted to play in the big leagues, but the game is still being played in New York, LA, Chicago, and Boston. And at the table, only Disney has a seat. And that is why starting tomorrow, Tuesday, Jimmy Kimmel will be live back on your television screen. Now, if you happen to live in middle of nowhere, Iowa or Alabama, you might not see him, but that's okay because let's be real, you were never watching him anyway. The ones in the markets like Boston, like LA, like Philly, like Chicago, like New York City, he's coming back onto your ABC network tomorrow night.